Hey, this is Zero Sum and welcome back to FTL. Just continuing on with our Federation Cruiser Type A run today. We've made a very decent start so far. We've got decent defences on the ship. We've got 2 shields, a little bit of engine upgrades, done some upgrading on the offensive side as well. We've got the artillery beam upgraded a little bit. We've actually managed to pick up a second burst laser 2, which is pretty significant weaponry for the early stages of the game. I don't think we'll come across any ships that'll threaten us too much for a while, which means we can actually start saving up scrap and getting some slightly more advanced upgrades to the ship like cloak and hacking and those sort of things. And we may continue spending money on the artillery beam upgrade as well. We've made a decent start to that, so we might actually finish that. It's not too much more to get that fully upgraded. 80 for the next capacity upgrade, and then we'll just have to get some extra reactor bars. But I think we're pretty much set up for a successful run, as long as we can get some, probably another beam weapon online, maybe a cloak or a defense drone as well for the flagship fight. Let's get our crew healed up and then we'll move on. I think the 2 burst laser 2s will probably make a pretty big difference in the end game as well. Cruise back to position, power back to engines, let's jump on. Next sector we've got a choice between Zoltan controlled or Zoltan controlled, so let's go. Actually, there is actually a choice to be made here, which is this one here actually gives us the option of going to a civilian sector or a hostile sector next. So we'll go to that middle one, Zoltan controlled. What do we have? Nothing immediately. Let's go across the top. Picked up the last broadcast from a rupturing Zoltan freighter. Mantis, they're here, please. You're interrupted by fire from the port bow. We have a very, very crappy crew, a Mantis and a NG on board their ship. No teleport or anything. Weapons-wise, they've got a bomb, a small laser charger, I think that is, and a mini beam as well. They've actually got decent weaponry, these guys. I only got a single shield though, and considering the weaponry that I now have, they are in serious trouble. We could even do... Oh, it's probably safer to put that power into engines though. I was going to put the extra power into artillery beam, but I think we'll rely on our 2 burst 2s and put that extra power into engines for evasion for their missile shot. Comes their missile shot, power to engines. Defense drone or cloaking would be fantastic. Hit to an empty room. Nothing we can do about that. But their weapons are utterly destroyed. They have to put out that fire first as well. Let's go piloting and shields next. We'll actually start leveling up our weapons guy here a little bit faster as well, now that we've got these 2 weapons online. Ship destroyed with 2 volleys, nice. The FTL is only half charged as well. Very quick fight. We got 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 29 scrap. We're spending scrap pretty much as soon as we get it, but I want to save up. I'll start saving up now. Instead of spending scrap as soon as we get it, because we've got a very nice ship set up, I'll actually start saving some up in the hopes of either getting something like a defense drone or hopefully cloaking, which is 150 scrap. And also we need to pick up some fuel, which is starting to get a little bit low. You come to a quiet part of Zoltan space and encounter an ancient Zoltan wise man who has managed to harness the power of a spatial rift, but seems to have been driven completely mad by the power. Choose your doom, he demands. This is all part of a day's work. Who would we rather fight? Mantis, Slug, or Rockman? I think we would rather fight... Slugs may have mind control, do they? Is that a thing? Let's go Rockman. Single shield, burst 2, mini beam. Nothing else we need to worry about though. Same strategy as last time, we'll make sure their weapons get taken out with the first shot. How's Monspic going for the weapon skill here? 41 of 65 so far. Weapons down, that was very easy. And we'll go shields and what next? Piloting. Still trying to put out the fire, haven't even started repairs yet. And shields and engines, I suppose. This next volley will probably finish them off. Yep. Give me some fuel, please. 3 fuel, 2 missiles, 14 scrap. When he sees you have emerged victorious, the Zoltan wise man enters a rage. Rifts threaten to tear space apart until instead the Zoltan implodes, sending a blast wave of scrap and salvage dragged here from distant worlds in your direction. That's a pretty decent amount as well, 36 scrap, and another 2 fuel as well. Again, we'll continue saving up that scrap. We want to try and work towards cloak, hopefully. Pulsar. Decent ship as well. A chain burst and a small missile teleport. We're going to have a boarding party here in a second. The other option is to spend some of this scrap on blast doors. 2 shield. We'll go for their weapons first. Lock down those doors. Hopefully they go into an external... let's actually... I should probably leave these open for boarding parties. Oxygen off. Put that straight into engines. And... do we want to send someone in there to fight him? No, we'll wait for him to break through the door, then we'll put the NG in there as well. We'll probably get this NG to go in there as well, I think. He's not going to suffocate, is he? He might a little bit, but not very much. Missile away. Our engines are boosted. Hopefully that misses. Nope, hits us straight in the piloting system. We take out their weapons though with the first shots. Our pilot is stunned. He will repair the weapon system in a minute. Let's send everybody down to weapons. Let's kill this guy as quickly as we can. Then we'll send everyone back to stations. Let's close all the doors. Put the oxygen back on. Burst laser this time onto their shield and piloting. Intruder's dead. Back to stations. Do we want to give this guy help preparing the piloting system? I think we do. AJ Hager, you go and help with the repair on the piloting system, please. Burst lasers away. Yeah, we'll be able to finish them off here in a matter of moments. Weapons still operating fine. As long as the iron pulse doesn't take out weapons, we'll be fine. Offering us a surrender, nope. Let's see what we get instead. 33 scrap, not bad. Go back to shields. And we have to wait for the FTL to charge it before we can jump away. We'll wait for the things to deionise here a little bit, then we'll jump away. We've got a crew that needs healing up. We'll do that in the next beacon. They're not too low on health, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. Okay, that's fine. Let's jump away. Okay, nothing here. Good. Gives us a chance to do some healing on the crew. 114. No stores. Do we want to go for that blaster upgrade? Not yet. Not yet. We're managing without it, so we'll continue on without the blast doors for now. I've got my fingers crossed that we're going to pick up a very early cloak here, which would be the ultimate addition to the ship at this point in time. Do we want to buy some fuel? We probably do need to get a little bit of fuel. Let's get 3. It's pretty cheap as well. Go back to engines. And we have a ship. Intruders on board. A Zoltan ship with... Let's just start firing straight away. Let's try and get through their shields. Let's lock the burst lasers on. We've got 2 intruders, 3 intruders. Let's get the Mantis into action here as well. May have to swap out some of the crew here eventually. Yeah, let's run like that for now. We'll swap out probably the NG for the Mantis over here in a second. Comes their flak shot. Let's power the engines fully. 2 shields, flak shots, 3 shots, so we should dodge at least 1 maybe, or we don't have anybody on engines, so the evasion is a little bit low. Okay, he's dead. Let's get you out of there. You go into there. Their shots miss. We've got down their shields, their Zoltan shields anyway. Let's stay on their weapons for now. Ooh, my goodness, AJ Hager is very low on health. Go into medbay straight away. Let's turn medbay on. Let's put extra power into the artillery beam. Not that we'll need it. These guys should be okay, I think, yeah. Let's go back to stations. And let's get the second engine to help with the repairs on the shields as well. Power to engines. A little bit of damage to shields. Taking a little bit of damage in this fight, but we've managed to get most of their weapons down with our first effective shot. Let's stay on their weapons for the next shot as well. Shields up, guys. Any second now. 2 shield. Let's take one of the power out of... Nice thing about the artillery beam is if you've had a lot of power in there initially to actually get it charged up, you can actually take that power out just before it fires and switch it over as well. And let's put that into med bay for now because we need to get a bunch of these guys held up. Okay, auction back on as well. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 23 scrap. Not as much as I would like. Still no stores. This is a civilian sector, so we should be finding a few stores here. Okay, crew's all healed up. Let's jump on. Let's actually go to this distress beacon. We'll skip this one. Try and get some of these beacons in down here as well. Hello, we used the last of our FTL fuel to jump to this station. The indicator burned out husk of debris and warped metal. As you can see, the war must have spread to this sector. Been stranded ever since. 6-2. They may give us something in return. Gosh, I wish I could see if there was any stores nearby. No, we can't afford the risk, unfortunately. And there is a store nearby. If I had known that, I would have taken it. We do need to pick up some scrap somewhere. Is there anything we've got that we can sell? No. Okay. Let's grab a couple of these beacons and then we'll go back to the store, see if we can find a little bit of scrap for a potential upgrade to a cloaking system. You jump just in time to witness a Zoltan ship's FTL drive overload. Their final moments, they implore you not to get involved, but it's too late, their attacker is already upon you. We've got Zoltan and Slug. Pretty basic looking ship. They've got burst laser and a burst 1 as well, I think. Yep, 3 shots. Shouldn't be a problem. They've got 2 shields as well. We'll put temporary power into this and we'll switch it out to the engines when they fire. Our evasion should be at its maximum, which is not very high at the moment. Okay, let's see what happens. Burst lasers charging. Here comes their shots. Their shots may not be timed, but we'll put the engines to max anyway. 1 shot hits to an empty room, that's fine. Their weapons are down, yeah. Let's switch to piloting and shields for the next shot. Back to auction. I've got a fire in that room as well. They don't have a med base, so it's theoretically possible we could go for a crew kill. Hull points, if we do that, maybe. We'll have to turn the artillery beam off. Yeah, he's actually to the left. This might still be possible. Let's turn the artillery beam off. No. Okay, let's go to that room and that room instead. I actually want to try and get the crew kill here. I'll have to give up some of their goods if you don't destroy their ship. Yeah, you have to offer more than 17 scrap. 5 hull points, no surrender. Shields down, they've got 1 hull point remaining. We may get the crew kill here. Let's just hang on to the burst lasers for now, see if this guy burns to death. He's going to try and repair the shields. We need a single shot. Single shot to shields before he gets the shields back up. 1 shot from the burst laser. Let's deactivate the burst laser so it's only a single shot that fires. And the crew is dead. Find a weapon system on their ship with no crew to stop you. You can install it on your own. Small bomb, 17 scrap. It's about the same amount of scrap I think they were offering, but we get the small bomb as well, which we can sell at a store, which we've got coming up right now. Let's put the burst laser back on, artillery beam back on. Crew doesn't need healing or anything. Let's jump on. Should we go to that store now, or how many jumps do we have before the exit here? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. 2. Let's just say it's going to be 4. Let's see if we can get in 4 beacons. What appears to be a Zoltan science ship requests permission to dock. Have them keep their distance. I'm not going to risk it. Leave without a word, fair enough. And we've got another store. We'll double back though and head towards the exit now. Zoltan shipyard is stationed at this beacon. You admire the display of hundreds of glowing Zoltan performing delicate exterior work. Nothing there either. Okay. We could have just gone straight to the store and saved on fuel, I suppose. No clue. No clue at all. We've got hacking, crew teleporter, drone control with a combat drone, which is not my preference. Stealth weapons, hacking stun, explosive replicator. Page 2 we have some bombs and an iron blast. Crew members as well. Let's get rid of the small bomb. Let's buy all the fuel I've got. We Don't need to worry about hull repairs, leaves us with 155. From memory, I think we've got a hostile and a civilian sector coming up next. 155 scrap. Is there anything that we want from this store? Crew members we don't need. They don't have any other drones for sale, do they? No, they don't. Hacking, it's not my preference. I don't really have the crew to do crew teleport. I'd want Mantis crew members to do that, or maybe Lanius would be the other option. I think we'll keep the scrap that we've got and do some ship upgrades. What's an upgrade? Upgrade instead. Let's get the artillery beam fully online. Fully functional. Let's get... It's an expensive thing to do, but it gives us massive firepower. Then we can basically use the rest of the scrap we get from the rest of the game to actually just do upgrades on the defensive systems instead. Yeah, one more active power for that. Maximum power, 20-second firing time on the artillery beam. We should be able to carve our way through most ships now. I mean, that's going to be very handy against the flagship as well. As soon as you arrive, you receive a Federation encrypted message. Rebel ship has been terrorizing the local civilians in this system. Please seek and destroy it. Look for the rebel ship. Flip, shoot, double fire, one jump. That doesn't really affect us because we're at the exit beacon. Defense drone doesn't affect us. Got a small bomb. Drone control. Let's go straight for their weapons. Let's put this upgraded artillery beam to the test. We probably don't even really need to boost our evasion, but we will anyway. Ooh, we didn't even manage to get through their shields with our first shot. Artillery beam damage. Let's get our 2 engine to repair that quickly. They've got good evasion, that's for sure. Artillery beam is almost repaired. Back to stations, artillery beam fires. I think, yeah, they're getting the repairs done very quickly because of this repair drone. Trying to get away as well. Offering us a surrender, but it's a very low offer. 14 scrap for Sector 3. It's not very good. See if we can finish them off before they jump away. We don't need to power the engines anymore. Let's put that back to oxygen. Yep. A little bit of damage, pretty easy kill in the end. And that's the end of the sector. Let's see what we've got coming up next. Engine controlled, Mantis controlled. We actually do have an NG on board, so we'll probably be going through the engine controlled sector next, I think. Although, actually we'll go through the hostile sectors. There'll be more opportunity to pick up scrap there, I think. But I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.